numbers are for inventory.
Yeah.
But see, I'd like to, personally, I'd like to spend a little more time on the why. You know, financial statements satisfy donors, but I think maybe, you know, quality of product goes, maybe that's,
Yeah.
what do
So
you think,
those are the
between
things-
financial statements and guidance, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's kind of next, yeah, it's next to
From here?
financials, yeah.
Yeah, those are the
And I think as we talk about writing this manual and we talk about communicating with the field, I think maybe it's important to start focusing on the why.
Yeah.
You know, we're not giving
That's
you
how
a
we started.
300-page list of rules just for the fun of it, you know. There is a reason why
Right.
we do all of this.
And it's how, as Marcia said, it's how we can convince people what the benefits are and what the risk is of not implementing the how.
See, you know, I think, and even the program side, I mean, maybe this is an exaggeration, but I feel like there's no accountability and responsibility on the program side for all of this money that they spend. You know, a program manager loves to buy $1 million worth of stuff. As soon as he's bought the $1 million worth of stuff, he's got the dallies, it's showing on his ASR, boom, he's done. He doesn't care where it's stored, he doesn't care how it's distributed.
Yeah, or if it actually works a year from now.
And I think, right, and I think,
What a thought.
what I'm trying to say is that's part of the why of why we want all these controls and manual and guidance and financial statements.
Yeah.
Is so that you can have effective programs and have
Why don't we just
Right.
put up there, we are overstating our dallies.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think
Oh, by a
so.
huge amount.
I think so.
No, we have 25% of our shipments are undocumented. 25% of our dallies are undocumented. This is the first year we've seen that. I mean, I'm afraid I'm gonna get, you know, beat up in an alley after work these days.
Because you finally found it.
Well, because Twee and I, for the first time, we're doing this level of matching. We're doing
Yeah.
things that have never been done before.
So this overstating dallies, where does this fall
It's a why.
for us?
A why?
I had a note for
I put it between
Rwanda
satisfied donors and financial
that
statements.
we just said they're overstating their dallies because they've done consignment stock to wholesalers, and we're recognizing this, and then 3 months later we're returning 75% of the inventory.
Well, it's like in Nigeria, we found that they were giving it to the wholesaler, and then actually the wholesaler hadn't been distributing it, but we were counting our dallies.
That's exactly what they were doing in Rwanda.
Yeah, and they did it with that.
Along the lines of overstating dallies, I think also is preventing fraud.
Yeah,
We don't like to say it, but I think everyone in this room knows that there's a lot of fraud in the field.
yeah.
And it's an inefficient use of resources.
We
you
have,
know.
in terms of knowing where our product is, I've got a whole bunch of emails in my inbox right now, which is about, the word's just gone, inventory leakage.
Shrinkage.
No, leakage.
As in, it disappeared somewhere along
As
the
in,
supply chain.
as in, suddenly we find our nets being sold in the market.
Right,
Ah.
after it was just done a distribution.
What is that? Well,
That's why.
That's
the
preventing
next
fraud, yeah.
report, yeah.
And I don't mean to sound too cliche, but for me, right next to the satisfied donor is keeping our promises to the end users.
sure, the people who are actually,
Yeah, because we
Having
say,
an impact.
we say we're
Having
getting
actual
you the
impact.
right product at the right time and of good quality, but are we really?
That's the thing that surprises me so much about PSI is that we have a product written into our mission
Yeah.
statements. It's who we are, and yet kind of like.
We don't even have
step
shelves in
child.
our warehouses. We don't
Right, but they're like,
refrigerate
oh wait, that's
pharmaceuticals.
hard, never mind, we weren't gonna look at it.
Yeah, the social marketing has so much more like,
Yeah,
I don't get it.
it's right there in our mission. You're right.
So I think you're right, Chris. I think all these whys are the things that we have to talk about to get people to recognize why the manual matters.
Isn't one of the hows to accomplish the whys, measuring CRs?
Yeah.
You know, having inventory-related metrics to evaluate CR's performance?
I think the.
We pay them
metrics
bonuses
are
for
very
dallies,
important.
why can't we pay them bonuses for low inventory or high inventory turnover, high sell-through rates, low shrinkage rates?
And then they can funnel that down to their managers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's
Because the
we need to
metrics.
think. We need to be careful what those metrics are.
And we need good data before we can possibly pay any money based on those metrics.
And then a how, and then based on that, a how is capacity building, actually training on the policies and procedures we make. Because you can't expect a CR to do it well if we haven't taught them how to do it.
Yeah, so capacity building, and then my other thing is ongoing monitoring.
I agree.
Along the lines of capacity building, I'd like to throw out an idea that's probably not going to be popular. Do our staff have enough education to do the jobs we're asking them to do?
No.
No.
When you go into a Lawson, when you take a warehouse manager who's never used a mouse before and you're given Lawson, the way I describe it to Melissa Cox is it's like asking the Wright brothers to fly the space shuttle.
Right.
You're going to get a big boot. I mean,
Well, you know, and the thing, there's a lot of pushback on that, because that's where my investment came in, that they purposely pick people that sit at the shipping ports and move product from one location to another as their warehouse managers, because they don't want to spend the money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The budget is so low for the warehouse and the warehouse staff.
And I think,
So low.
yeah, and it's unfair to ask them, like you say, to kind of manage a warehouse with millions of dollars of commodity, when, whether it's education, whether it's experience, whether it's, you know, that oversight, it's lacking.
PSI has an online university, I don't know if you're all aware of that, and I'm doing their Foundations of Management course in the first section. Oh, did you? I didn't see yours. Is recruiting, and it talks